My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Hearthstone Arena. Hopefully this is a little bit of a quicker episode than most. So I guess I'm hoping to lose... Warlock will probably help with that. Hopefully this is a little bit of a quicker episode than most because I have a lot of stuff that I have to get done after this and this has to be up by tomorrow, so yeah. Okay. Ooh, which of these is actually the best? Interesting. So, Demon Synergy. Cool. 1-4. I mean, unless I buff it, it's not really... So that goes straight out, right? Argent Commander, removal, late game, puts a body on the field. Pretty good, pretty good. Defender of Argus for the buffs. I love the Defender of Argus, I really do, but having 2 minions on the board to buff is not always that common, so... It helps you when you're already in a decent position, whereas this helps you from a shitty position as well. Flame Imp, of course. That's a Dread Infernal. I would have taken the Mech Yeti, but instead I took a Dread Infernal, so that was good. Floating Watcher. Oh, look at all these fucking demons. Ogre Brute is real good. Ogre Brute is real good. That's a Mech Yeti right there if I've ever seen one. Spectral Knight. Yes, I like that it can't be removed. Easily, at least. River Crocolisk is relatively valuable. Sludge Belcher is incredibly valuable. Now, Soulfire or Loot Hoarder. Loot Hoarder, if it gets value, is moi bueno, right? But Soulfire, still good for removal. Still good. I don't like discarding random cards, I'll be honest with you. Ah, now Dark Bomb. That's more my jam. Deal damage to a non-mech minion. Now, I only have 1 mech minion if I am correct. Yes, I am correct. It is the Mechanical Yeti. I'm going to take the Goblin Sapper, mostly just as a 2-4. Oasis Snapjaw is a 2-7. That's nice. Gilban Stalker, I believe this one to be. Maybe Demon Fire because of the amount of demons I have. No, it's Gilban Stalker. Ooh. Baby. Do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Give me that piloted Shredder and a Chillwind Yeti to follow it up. Damn. Look at that 4-drop slot. Direwolf Alpha is very rarely going to be buffing something worth buffing. Micro Machine, unfortunately, sucks on when you have to play it second. But I guess I've got other 2-drops instead, so I'm not relying on it like I was in a previous game. Cult Master for the card draw, especially considering I have a decent amount of early game. Injured Blade Master is the only one of these worth stats. And then Dark Bomb. I mean, I guess it's another Goblin Sapper, because it actually might have its effect triggered rather than the other one, which won't. I love Hellfire. I love having a Hellfire for the board clear, but a Void Caller when I have a Dread Infernal, Floating Watcher, and... Well, I've got a Dread Infernal and a Floating Watcher at least. I really think... I think this is good. I think it's good. I think it's real good. Like, it's basically like 3-5 for 3, right? Because you put it down... And even though it dies, no matter what kills it, it summons an imp. Except for Swipe, which apparently does damage to the Imp Gang boss. The imp is spawned, and then the Swipe does the 1 damage AoE. That's, according to Ben Brode, a bug. Ben Brode being the senior game developer for Hearthstone. Actually, but I do need the late game, so I'll take a Boulderfist Yeti. Just completely going against everything I just said. Ancient Brew? Are there that many things I'm gonna want to return to my hand? Not really. Like, there's one, like Argent, which I might want to... I think I'll actually take the Abusive Sergeant. Oh, there we go. A Hellfire that I can feel good about taking. Lovely. So, I've only got 1 mech on 2. So, Tinkertown Technician, a little less valuable. But how many other mechs do I have? So, Snapjaw, Piloted Shredder... That's 3 mechs in my entire deck. No, I'm gonna take a Floating Watcher. Protect my life points in the late game, might as well take a Fen Creeper. I prefer the Scarlet Crusader out of all of those, and... Tech card! Do I want to silence my own minions? I could silence off my Ogre Brutes. You know, that could be good. Or... Do I want to take a Kezan Mystic and possibly steal some secrets? I'm going to regret this. But gimme that Kezin. Oh, baby. I like the Kezin Mystic. Now, I've very rarely ever had it actually intentionally hit, but the first time will be the fabulous time. It will be absolutely beautiful, I imagine. I'll take someone's ice block and then just lethal them immediately. Oh, it'd be great. Kind of like a freeze mage mirror match. I say that time, it's 10 times fast. What? My cup is so deep that by turning it down again, I managed to splash all of the water in it onto my face. Luckily, it is water. Actually, Micro Machine sucks early, so I'll actually ran it back. It sucks when you play it as your 2-drop, because your opponent has a 2-3 and then you just don't win the game. You just lose. Yeah, but it just splashed right back up into my eye. That was entirely uncalled for. How dare you, you fucking drink. Not particularly. It looks like I'm gonna have to Dark Bomb that to stay on curve. Yeah. So I considered the possibility of coining out a Goblin Sapper. But the problem with that is if my opponent has a Power Word Shield, they Power Word Shield that, it becomes a 3-4, it does 1 damage AoE, so it becomes a 3-3, and then I hate the world. Okay, Ogre Brute is probably going to be good enough for that. Hit my face, fuck you. And then I hate the world, right? Because my opponent gets to kill mine and then heal their back up, and it's bad. They end up with a 3-3 after the exchange, and I end up with nothing. And they get a card from the Power Word Shield as well. Would have been horrid.
Ready to ride.
Ooh. Dearie me. Someone's a little desperado. Put out something super strong. Now you fucking hit my face, you twat lord. Jeez. Can't even kill you now. Floating Watcher is actually more powerful considering the Dread Infernal next turn. So the Dread Infernal is going to hit my hero as well and buff the Floating Watcher. Effectively, it's going to buff it 2-1 because it also does 1 damage to the Floating Watcher. But, you know, some sacrifices must be made in the way of progress, is something that I've said very often, especially when I make mistakes. God, I'd love to have a Kodo right now. Just, give me that Kodo value. This person is very intense. This person seems quite intent on keeping that thing. Oh, buddy, hit me in the face again. I like it, I really do. Sorry, if you're wondering why I'm constantly looking to the side, I've just started a new series on Titan Souls. Which the playlist for it should probably appear at the end of this video. I've set it up so that it should at least. And I'm just constantly looking over to see the performance of it because I really like that game and it's a new series and it's kind of... Yeah, I know. Horrible person. I guess I have to double hit that. That doesn't look good. Oh god. I don't like this at all. I think I try and build this up behind... Yeah, figured something like that might happen. While I can build this up, I'm gonna give it an attempt to. If you make that attack, I can Cult Master and sack 2 minions into that, but then it's not even gonna die. I mean, that would just be for card draw. Sack 2 minions for card draw? No.
Is someone injured?
Ooh. Oh, my opponent's gonna get some card draw. I'm fucking shaking in my boots. You can hear me shaking and quaking in my boots, can't you? And obviously I want to cast the Void Caller because that could only, at this point, summon the Dread Infernale. Unless my opponent makes me draw cards and then kills the Void Caller and I draw the Flame, you know, just stupid circumstances that won't happen. It also has enough damage to, in one shot, kill the Northshire Cleric, which means the Northshire Cleric can't run in here and then heal itself to draw a card. I'm a lot of cards up on my opponent. I'll admit it. I wonder exactly how effective, card for card wise. Oh, that's not good. I wonder exactly how effective, card for card wise, the playing of a Divine Spirit on the 1/4 was. I can't imagine it was too effective. What up, Beatrice? Boom. Was good, man. At the cost of only 2 of my life per turn, I can draw a card and increase this thing's life by 2 per turn. I mean, this has already taken 6 damage total. Still alive. Now, I do need to remember, in this deck, I have no healing at all. So I could easily die. I could easily kill myself by trying to get an advantage, you know, tapping et al. Oh, by the way, we won that one, unfortunately. Why, unfortunately? Did I explain to you exactly how quickly I want to be finished with this? I need to be finished with this quite quickly. I am going to turn my phone off, because otherwise I'm going to be a stats whore and constantly check the performance of that series. I should also take my shoes off. I've only just gotten home from a graduation thing. Not my graduation, someone else's. So I'm still
your soul shall be mine.
Wearing shoes, which is not always comfortable. I mean, they are comfortable, but they're allowing the warmth to stay in my body. Ooh, baby, that's a decent opening hand. Look at these wacky socks. Oh, man. Greetings.
To you.
I can actually start my curve pretty strong. Point out River Croc. Opponent responds. Dark Bomb. Ogre Brute. Of course, if my opponent uses their hero power this turn, I'll be pretty annoyed, but then I get a free tap in, I guess. Shit. I'll deal with that. Absolutely wacky socks. I love them. I love novelty socks, I really do. I've got a pair of socks that looks like I'm wearing Chucks. It's grand. Oh, baby, I'm fucking terrified. I'm gonna go with that one. Actually, that's weak to silence. I should have played the Goblin Sapper.
I'll show them all.
I might have to play the Void Caller just for its stats. Oh god, this person's going straight for face. I can't tap at all. No tap. 0 tap. No tap policy. Okay, so only the most radical of men would actually attack my face with the Mad Scientist here. Instead, you trade it into the Scarlet Crusader 100% of the time. Holy shit, this guy has a Face Hunter deck in Arena. What the fuck is this man? goes for the face. He is the most radical man. Okay, that goes there. Don't care. Although I should have waited for that to trigger, because then I would have traded a 3-1 rather than a 4-2. I don't know if I can get back from this. This guy has a Face Hunter fucking deck in... Are you kidding me? Mad Scientist. Snipe, I guess, isn't running Face Hunter. Arcane Golem is. Glaive Zuka is. Another Arc... What?
The light protects me.
This guy actually has a Face Hunter deck. This is insane. I can't win. Okay, so I take 3 damage this turn. Then next turn, I have a total of... on board. Wow. That is lethal. That is a face and a quick... What?! Wolf Rider, Double Arcane Golem, Mad Scientist, Glaive Zuka Quick Shot. That person actually had the deck that everyone hates in Constructed right now. The Face Hunter. In Arena. I'm a salty man. I'm a very, very salty man. Wow.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine.
I have a good deck and I'm
Your
fucked.
soul shall suffer.
You understand how weird that is? That's a good curve. Unless, of course, my opponent plays anything on turn 1. Boom! Don't do a thing! And pass it to me. I was hoping that he would follow the... He or she, they would follow the cue. Perfect. Thank you. Boom! What's shaking? Eggs and motherfucking bacon. From this position, there's almost no way that it trades for less than 1 card. I feel like this actually might be my better play. So this becomes a 4, right? But by the time it gets back to my turn, it's a 5. Whereas I could have traded and played an Ogre Brute that kind of sometimes misses. I don't know. Okay, I guess I get 5 face damage in then. Considering that card, the Ogre Brute might have been the stronger play. So now my opponent gets a 1-1. Now I can't play my Floating Watcher, unfortunately. Unfortunately, if I play the Floating Watcher, it dies to the Chillwind Yeti. I mean, then I guess next turn I develop a Dread Infernal, but... I'd prefer to develop a Dread Infernal against this kind of a board. And still have my Floating Watcher. Now, the Floating Watcher could constantly be thought of as a 5-drop. I mean, it has 5 mana, right? But a drop and the amount of mana that a card costs, in my mind, 2 completely different things. It's a very expensive removal, my friend. I might actually just... No. Anyhow, a drop in the amount of mana that something costs, in my mind, 2 completely different concepts. So, a drop is the turn on which you play it for maximum value, right? So, say you've got a Zombie Chow. A Zombie Chow costs 1 mana, and it's also a 1-drop. Whereas a... great example. I mean, like, situational use cards, right? That are played off curve. Guess Polymorph. It's not a 4-drop, right? You wouldn't call it a 4-drop because you don't always play it on 4 mana, right? It doesn't always have its maximal value at that point. I can buff this to a 10-10 next turn. Tap, Flame Imp, attack the face. Booyakasha, mother flipper. And Lopaka, the animated TV show. There's nothing else that I meant. No. No clue what you're talking about. Draw. Yeah, there's no 1 mana card that saves you. What? Except for double Sack Pact. No one draws Sack Pact. I don't know why no one draws Sack Pact. If you go up against Jaraxxus, suddenly Sack Pact is the best card in the game. 0 mana, win the game. That's insane. Plus you get to heal yourself for 5, so if you win the game with more health. Oh shit, I totally forgot to update the scores for the last 2 matches. There we go, 2-1. Mine apologies. I like how I say mine as though I was speaking German, and then apologies as though I don't know what the German word for apologies is. I don't! I think, what's Entschuldigung? What's Entschuldigung? Something, it's, I believe, I don't know. Boom! Gotta throw those back. I got enough 2-drops in this deck that I trust. I believe in the heart of the cards. Here we go. Bam! That's not a 2-drop, and it's shit against a mage as a 1-drop. Right. Abusive Sergeant. Similar example. Can be used as a 1-drop. Fine. Maybe you want to drop a 2-1. Cool. Except for a class that can deal with it immediately and give 0 fucks. Especially since I'm going second, right? It doesn't even cost them the coin to kill it, right? Their first turn, my first turn, their second turn, they have enough mana, ping it down immediately. Damn.
I smell blood.
Well, looks like I'm going for a casual turn 2 tap. Alternatively, I'm gonna coin Ogre Brute into Ogre Brute. Just get a lot of fucking stats out on the board, yo. I could not be less gangster. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so both of those can slay a total of 1 Ogre Brute. The not revealing of the Worgen Infiltrator is actually slightly good. It means that my opponent is playing around the possibility of me having Mortal Coil. I would like them to believe constantly that I have Mortal Coil, because then they have to play around it. Mua, aha. Muahaha. Now, my opponent doesn't have the coin, so they can't just, like, coin a response to it. They have the 2 similar responses. Flame Cannon, Frostbolt, right? Frostbolt just means they have to spend 2 mana next turn killing it. With a ping.
I am ready.
Oh. Oh. Well, they've already got a Mortal Coil target on the field, so that's why they don't want to reveal that. Okay, kill it. Fuck you. Well, at least you killed something. And I got a lot of powerful fucking 4-drops in hand. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it like a werewolf. Liking? Lycanthropy? Well, I don't know. I tried. That is the best joke you will hear from me today, so suck it up and appreciate it for what it was. Actually, that might not be the best joke you hear from me today, because later today I'll probably be releasing, what is it, Dark Souls or Legend of Grimrock? I think it's a Legend of Grimrock. And there was a fucking Binding of Isaac earlier today, so who knows? Maybe I made a better joke in one of those, though, knowing my track record.
We smash you.
Thank you. Actually, that's fine. It still has enough damage to kill each of them, and survive against each one of them. So that's actually perfect stats-wise. It doesn't need to be altered. And it means that if my opponent plays something with 5 health, it's relatively likely. I can Abusive Sergeant this, run it in, get some value. That doesn't... That does... I think I just have to mech Getty trade. So that kills that, and then this dies as well, getting it. It's all bad. I don't even have a good answer. That's the problem. What's up, Iron Kangaroo? Let me guess. Blizzard? You gonna Blizzard me? Kinda cold? Polymorph? Yeah, it's polymorph. That's a shame. So now I have to trade. Ugh. Lame. Who even does that in this day and age? Time rewinder. While we're in generally pre-flame... I mean, my opponent could flame strike this turn in order to kill a Micro Machine and deal 4 damage to a Chillwind Yeti. Holy shit, the value, right? They're not gonna do it, so...
Just me and Mr.
I want to play that while I have a chance to actually get some... You know, pump some in. Like, clock to the side, like... That's apparently how I think fighting happens. That probably just goes there, that there. Yeah, I was gonna... I was planning on killing that one, so... Okay.
For the crusade!
This board is at risk of a moderate flame strike. Would have to be attack, flame strike. That betrays the fact that you don't have a flame strike. Delicious.
Join or die.
I could have returned the Scarlet Crusader back to hand, but...
I dream and the world trembles.
Oh. Oh. How much damage can I even do to that? So, maximum damage revolves around tap. This goes to that amount of mana. I mean, I can kill it. Can definitely kill it.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Join or die.
The problem is now Flame Strike absolutely cleans my clock, right? Absolutely. Saddens me deeply inside. Oh! Single target removal, I don't give a shit about, Sonny. Go on, give me another card. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Give me another card. One more goddamn. Thank you. It's pretty valuable. That's not good. That's 7 damage that my opponent can deal to my face immediately. Boom and bang. Develop a strong enough board. Including minions resilient to Flame Strike. This is resilient to Flame Strike, obviously, because it needs to be pinged first. This is resilient to Flame Strike because it has infinite health. At least comparative to most other minions.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
I don't believe you got a Flame Strike buddy. I don't think that's the thing you got. Right. We've got 6 damage in hand. We have some amount of damage on the field as well. Depends what my opponent does with the... That's a ballsy move, motherfucker. Are you ready to back that shit up? It's too tense. Shit. I wanted to be able to bounce that and use it again, but that doesn't look like a thing I'm going to be able to do. 10, 6, 16 damage total. I can bounce this guy back to hand, but I can't play him without 6 mana, right? So it costs me 13 mana to kill him this turn. This is bad. Like, attack, then Hellfire clears the whole board? Or... attack... I mean, that might be the best thing I can do.
Victory or death.
Ugh. Lame. Attack, Dark Bomb for removal. And it looks like I gotta do a double attack here, right? No, I'll just bounce this guy. That does it without me removing my own board, at least. Unfortunately, it also means Flame Strike, Blizzard. Either of them top deck ruins my day. Now only Blizzard top decks because you've only got 6 mana. Okay. Okay. 10 damage on field, 13 total. I've got to clear again.
Victory or
Draw a card. Draw a card. Can't play the Flame Imp. Develop the most mana efficiently. I think that's a fireball. I think that's a fireball and they're just waiting to go for my face. So they need 1 supplementary damage if I'm correct. Fireball pingers. That draws me 2 cards. Are they trying to fatigue me? Dragon's Breath. Another Dragon's Breath? Well played.
well played.
3 and 1. I'm determined to make this a single video, so... now's the part where I've got to throw. Time to put in a throwing montage. Yep. Told you that, that Lycan joke was going to be the best joke I made today, so... hopefully you really enjoyed that one. It's all down here from hill, baby. Down here from hill. Excuse me, I have to quickly go retire and kill myself. The dementia is setting in.
Gul'dan versus
Ah, jockey.
The light
Right.
shall bring
Dark Bomb. Love it, like it, love what.
mine.
Like it, love it, want more of it. There we go. Hellfire is more of a later game kind of thing. Especially considering my deck, right? If it gets out of control in the early game, I've already fucked up severely. Excellent. Now, since my opponent did not play a, you know the thing, the thing, yeah, you got it. Since they didn't play that one, I can actually develop a abusive sergeant. In order to get more minions out more quickly, I'm kind of relying on getting a 3-drop draw here. Or have something worthwhile killing with a Dark Bomb, I guess.
It's clobbering. It's clobbering. Me smash you. Wait.
That didn't work out, did it?
Mind if I roll knee?
My wrath.
I mean, the only horrible outcome here is my opponent has Shadow Madness, they take the Loot Hoarder, they run it into my Abusive Sergeant, and then the Ogre Brute runs into my Ogre Brute. Miss! Here we go! Fuck you. Piece of shit. I'm laughing because I'm sad.
Hey, give me that! Hey, give me that!
I mean, I'm still not in a horrible position. I have a decent card amount. That's always bad.
Wait.
Just kicking, buddy. I know you want to hit that. I know you want to hit that, hit that. I could remove that, but I kind of want to keep a Dark Bomb for a little bit of utility. A little bit of the Shazam, a little bit of the wow factor, right? I just want to be able to go, that minion that you were so heavily banking upon. Yeah!
My new recipe.
That minion you were so heavily banking upon? Ain't having that shit, girlfriend.
Sever my wrath.
Like, it doesn't look like it, but I'm totally popping them in. Like, pew. Those are my sound effects for fighting. What, it's no less realistic than the Batman sound effects? Come on. Be fair. Could kill it with both than a Dread Infernal. That seems like the outright better gameplay.
Engaging TC-130
Fuck me!
mental dislocator.
Everyone has a TC-130 mental dislocator.
Your magic
I mean,
shall not
dislo... Hang on. What? Fuck me!
For the crusade!
Trogzor. Trogzor.
I want you to know that without that mental dislocator, we would have already won. Just so long as you hold that deep in your heart and you understand. It would have been so over.
The damned stand ready.
What's happening right now on the board is vaguely discriminatory, right? I'm gonna go out and say it. It's just no. I could go down to 13 to make this an 8-8. Then it gets pop, 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 probably. But having 13 health also kills me. Unless I trade there.
To the void.
For the crusade!
Pass me that arc light spanner.
I just gotta hope that they don't draw, Mind Blast. Having to trade 2 cards for one of mine is always real good for me. That's a fucking Holy Nova. Holy shit! I need Hellfire right now. Didn't get it. That's still not lethal though, so I can still develop minions onto the board. So the Holy Nova would have been, the Hellfire would have been reversing switch, Hellfire, clear board.
Trogzor. You win this time.
Mental Dislocator, TC 130. I want to tell you a story about it. So, a long time ago I told you about a card called Mind Control. You would have noticed this if you were watching since episode 40, I think it was, actually, a long time ago. I was playing Priest, I drafted a Mind Control, and I talked about the value of it. Now, the value of Mind Control is not that you get a card. It's that your opponent doesn't. Think about it like this. I got a 10-10, right? I play an Assassinate on my opponent. Sorry, my opponent has a 10-10. I play an Assassinate on their 10-10. That costs me 5 mana. And then with 5 mana, I develop some fucking 10-10, right? Whatever it is, I develop a 10-10 on that turn. That's actually a fine opening hand. Anyhow. That's insane in terms of board swing, right? They had a huge minion. Now they don't. And instead, I have a huge minion. Don't think of Mind Control as taking an opponent's minion. Think of it as destroying an opponent's minion and then developing your own incredibly powerful minion. Mind Control tech takes a 2/3. Didn't even take the Sludge Belcher, right? It didn't even take the best card that it could have. So obviously complete trash. Except taking a 2/3 deprives me of that 2/3, which would have been enough damage to start pushing, right? I had a reversing switch, so I could have dealt with some more stuff as well. Could have dealt some more surprise damage things. It's, real bad.
I wonder.
And it seems almost any time that I manage to get above a certain health point, boom! How's it going, TC 130 Mental Dislocator? How are you doing today? And, of course, the certain amount of cards there that I discuss is 4 cards. 4. So obviously I had to develop the only minion that I can actually stand up to and kind of like, fight me, nerd! Up against the Knife Juggler. I feel if the opponent had a Velen's Chosen, they would have played it last turn. Unless, of course, I guess, if they wanted the card draw from the Power Word Shield because they have a shitty hand. And I guess it does mean that they have a bit of a shitty hand if they kind of didn't do anything with the 2 mana that they had left over last turn. So, in conclusion, my opponent could still have a Velen's Chosen in hand and I wouldn't know about it. Because it would have been realistically possible that they didn't want to play it last turn.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
On the one hand there, on the other hand there. I got strong fucking dudes in my hand. So any of them being summoned is a huge push forward for me. And, I remind you, I'll definitely at least have 1 Floating Watcher in hand and the ability to play it. Sup, float? How you doing, friend? Tap, attack, attack. By the way, both the Floating Watcher and the Dread Infernal would have had the ability to bypass the Fen Creeper there and allow me to attack in. So it didn't matter which of them was summoned. But I'm so glad that that was what summoned, because now I get to play a Dread Infernal and buff this 2-1. Of course, that assumes that I've lost the value of the Scarlet Crusader and of the Mechanical Yeti. Considering also how far I am ahead, I'm not gonna play 4 minions. Hey, look at that. I do learn from my mistakes. Occasionally. Sometimes. Rarely. This one time. This is the first time I understand that.
I must consider...
I'm doing it. I'm doing the fucking sneaky glances around at my phone. I really want to know what's going on with that Titan Soul series. Holy shit, how many knife juggers do you have, motherfucker? Is this why people think that I'm crude? Because I swear. I had a comment a while ago. Oh my god, I can still remember it. Was... something about why do you have to swear so much, but it was like delivered like real angrily. Something about that stuck with me. Not the person asking me why do I have to swear so much, because I don't give a fuck. But just like kind of someone trying to dictate the way in which I speak. If they don't like the fact that I use swear words occasionally to to express the emotions which swear words are there to express. Why complain rather than just, do a Xbox 360 and walk away? I don't know, man. Interesting.
Or die.
I'm not certain that was correct. Of course, when I lose as a result of that play, I will be certain. But I'll find some bullshit excuse to say that, oh, it was definitely the correct play at the time, with all of the knowledge that I had about that deck. I don't do humanities anymore, but, actually, I'm doing a humanities subject right now, but I don't do humanities anymore, but I still do know how to bullshit my way into any point that I need to be making. You'll have seen me do it time and time again when I have to justify something fucking horrible that I've done. Like murder all those children, or any of the Hearthstone games that I've been in, where I've done bad things as well. Can I go directly for face yet? So... I mean, this is like 100% good.
Or die.
Pop and badang. And the witch rod is good. Yeah, sure. Tap, attack. Casual tap tack. That reversing switch was actually pretty damn good for me, to be completely honest. Sorry, the reversing switch. The Crazed Alchemist Experiments. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for that that arena where I've got to voice all the cards myself. I don't know when I will be able to get it done. Now, I actually had a question about this recently. I think it was on Twitter. No, it wasn't on Twitter. It was on Facebook, because it was from a good old friend, Ignitius, friend of the channel. Anyhow, it was about whether or not... no, it was about when I'm going to get it done, right? When I'm going to actually do the arena where I voice the characters. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sorry. I need to have the time for it. I just, right now, don't. Straight up, do not have the time. I can kind of barely make my schedule for episodes at the moment, so... what can I do? Now... Tap Dread Infernal does 5 extra damage to what I currently have on the board, which is 10. Right. Whereas no other combination actually does similar. I mean, like, I can tap and then attack. Yeah. Tap, double attack. Boulder Fistoga. Feel free to use the Mind Spike in order to remove my Cult Master. Excellent use of 2 mana right there. Now, my opponent is 1 turn from having Mind Control, and they've had a lot of cards in their hand for all of the game, right? They've just been holding cards and not using them. It is my fear that they have Mind Control, and that they will have a way to stop me from procuring lethal upon this very turn. That ain't gonna do it, Sonny Jim. You trying to fucking fill my card with hands? Hand with cards? Okay. Well. I'm just gonna... win, if you don't mind.
Have enough mana. Get in there and fight, maggot.
Just draw another card casually. Okay. That puts this into a 4-3. How many? 9 to 17. That was a lot of card draw. So 4-2 territory. Now, we're almost at 5. 5 is the point at which I go, you know what? Either I didn't draft shittily or I didn't play shittily, right? Entirely, at least. Because 5-3 means that you crushed the dreams of at least 5 people, and you only had your dreams crushed 3 times. Now, I'm no mathematician, but oftentimes I find 5 is greater than or equal to 3.
Gul'dan versus Uther. I will fight with honor.
Just making sure of something, don't
Your
worry.
soul shall be mine.
Righteous. I'll keep it. I'm not going to mulligan for hopes of a better 2, because I don't have too many better 2s, and, going second, I can use the Dark Bomb reactively rather than be, you know, facing a naked board and go, isn't this interesting? I'm holding a Dark Bomb. Why don't you play something last turn? I'm going to fix my seating position because I guess it would be called the lumbar region, is extraordinarily pained. There we go. What's this fucking card back, yo? What's this card back? I want that. I want that card back. Radiant Dawn.
Shields up. Red alert.
I might have to add them afterwards and ask why they got that card back. It's a horrible thing for me to be facing, so I'm actually going to coin Ogre Brute. So I'm going to skip my 2-drop and go straight to 3s. Fuck, I hate shielded mini. I love shielded minibot when I'm playing Paladin, but when I'm not playing Paladin, I hate the shield. Okay. So, first, I do this. Then, 50-50. Thank you. Play flame it. So they do that for the value, but then they can't generate anything with 3 or less health.
Not on my watch.
Oh! I hate this video game so much.
Me smash.
Up. Of course. Shouldn't have attacked. So the Oasis Snapjaw is there just to try and take these guys out one by one, give them a little bit of the old what for. Also, it means if my opponent, you know, manages to deal with my Oasis Snapjaw in any sort of an external way, that I get to use Hellfire in order to clear my entire opponent's board. I know it's risky, but I have to tap. So it was worth my while killing the 3-2 rather than any of the 2-2s, not only because it removes the most damage from the board, but my opponent has a 5 damage creature, so it was going to kill it no matter what I did, like no matter which of the targets I actually went for, my 2-4/2-5 was going to die. It's a shame that the Floating Watcher isn't out yet, because we're quickly getting to the point where I cannot take any more damage and justify the cost of the Floating Watcher. Come on, Radiant Dawn, what's kicking? I got this Fen Creeper that can kind of keep me a little bit healthy. It's gonna need to. So, the dream situation is that neither of these attacks my opponent concedes, but after that, in reality, I'd like both of them to go for face. I Fen Creeper, I use the Boltevist Ogre in order to kill the Spiteful Smith, because it would be vulnerable to such a thing in such a circumstance. Apparently, we don't live in a dreamland created by my mind. Imagine my surprise. So I've just got to generate things to kind of slow my opponent down until they clear the whole board, and then I get a good Hellfire, basically. Hellfiring that board still leaves a 4-3 on it, and takes away 3 of my health, and means that the best thing I can develop is a Goblin Sapper, which, guess what? Immediately dies to a 4-3. Holy shit, the Argent Protection is fucking real, son! What the dickens? That's right, I'm apparently fucking 5,000 years old. What the dickens?
Reporting for duty.
What in the second Genesis is going on here? I can't afford to tap anymore. Lame.
Reporting for duty.
My response is as such. So now no creature on the board survives against trying to attack either of my creatures. My opponent trades a 2-2 into a 4-2, but that's fine. I have enough cards. I'm far enough ahead of my opponent that I can probably bleed a little bit of value just in order to save a little bit of my health. I don't like that at all. That's something that could be described as classically bad. The only card that saves me right now is top decking a Dark Bomb. And if I have to tap for the Dark Bomb, I actually lose, so. Well, we lost. Yeah, doesn't work. 4-3. Damn it, we couldn't make it to the mark, right? The mark is 5-3, as I said before. You can feel a little bit confident about the amount of people that you just made very sad. I'm gonna say that there is probably an element of playing badly in why that deck didn't succeed. I mean, in all of the decks I play, there's definitely an element of playing badly. I am the consistent element between all of the decks. Okay, on. Thought it was gonna be on the ball with that one. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Hearthstone Arena. The name of the deck has been... It's gonna be like Floating Watcher or something. I think I already called one Floating Watcher back in like goddamn 120s or something like that. Floater? Yeah, I'm gonna call it Floater because that run was shit and... You don't need me to explain the imagery to you. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the run has been Floater. The name of the deck has been Floater. The name of the game, Hearthstone Arena. Damn it. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. If you have, please click like. It does help me get my content out to new people. There's also a playlist in the description down below with all of my content on Hearthstone Arena, past, present, and future. Also, Hearthstone Ranked, and the BlackRock expansion for Hearthstone. The adventure, not the expansion, sorry. They are very particular about the phrasing and the nomenclature used there. Adventure. You'll be able to find all the adventures in the links down below as well. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself, and we'll see you next time.